Hi everybody, Mark Smith from UK World Pool Group, and today I am going to be interviewing Michaela Tabb, who has been recently announced as the head referee for the Predator World 10 Ball Championship in Las Vegas. So, Michaela.
Hiya, Mark.
Hi, how are we doing?
I'm well, thank you.
Good.
I'm hunkered down trying to stay warm and dry with this darn weather we've got going at the moment.
That's right. At least you've got an indoor sport. That's the one thing. Right. Right. So, how did this come about?
I was contacted by one of my colleagues who I've worked with many times actually on different events through the year, because he knew that this tour and the championships was being put together, and he had recommended myself. They obviously knew who I was from previous events that I've done anyway. But because it is a new concept that's coming out, they wanted to associate it with it as far as the rest is concerned, or I'm kind of hoping that that's the case. And he discussed with them, and they discussed together, and then they got in touch with me and asked me if I'd like to be involved. And I jumped at the opportunity.
Oh, good. Yes, they need somebody to take control, and I think from your reputation on the table, yes, yeah, you certainly are that strong figure there that takes no nonsense. Knows the rules, respect of the players, etc. So, good choice on them.
Oh, thank you.
It's okay.
I think through my years from when I started with pool many years ago, it was the position I was in was I was obviously unusual, having a professional lady. I was the first of so many things to do with professional refereeing and pool and snooker, and I didn't really have a lot of choice but to be not overly firm. I don't like to think I'm overly firm. I like things to just be right. I'm a woman, so things are very black and white to me, and I don't have a lot of grey areas. So my work kind of ethic flowed from that, which has done me in good stead, because obviously that's the way that I'm seen. So they're using me from that point of view. So it's worked.
Yes, it definitely has. Yes. Right. Okay, I've got a few questions to throw into the mix here. Right.
Fire away. Hit me with them.
Oh, if it was only just a phone conversation. Right. What was your first interest? Was it actually playing or officiating or just watching?
Well, as a player, gosh, many years ago, 8-ball pool, English 8-ball. And through that, I was fortunate enough to end up playing for the Scottish Ladies Pool Team, where I met my husband, Ross McKinnon, a legend in the game, as many of you will know. And he was the one who had recommended me to be a referee on an American pool tournament. And it was a day-long event that was being run in Glasgow. So I was a player first, and then after he had recommended that, and I actually I applied and I was given the job, and then I was with that during that time towards the early part of that career, I was approached by World Snooker and headhunted to be a ref for them. So it was very much started off as playing, but the majority of my years have been as a professional referee.
Yeah. I have seen some of the earlier videos of you playing for Scotland. For example, I won't say in the years or anything. So
it was a few.
No, but it was after my time, so I can't really see.
Oh God, you know what? Ross and I together. Oh, it must be nearly 27 years now. So that just shows you.
Yeah.
And it only feels like yesterday as well. I tell you. Unbelievable. Time just flies.
I can imagine. Right. So, with regarding the in the Predator World 10 Ball Championships, what are you looking forward to the most?
Well, I obviously started with the 9 ball. That was, my baby. That was my love before snooker. And last year, I was the head referee on the World Series of pool, which was Darren Appleton that run that over in America.
Yeah.
And that was amazing because that was the first time I'd really been back on a 9 ball on the 9 ball table with players of that caliber, which are the same players basically who are going to be in the Predator 10 ball. So it's amazing to be back at that level. I love it. I love the tension in the game. I love being back in the professional environment. I lose myself into the match that's on the table at that time. Takes it out of you mentally, on a daily basis as you're doing that. But I love it. I love being in the mix. And the other thing that came out of the World Pool Series last year, it was a combination of 8 ball, 9 ball, and 10 ball. And as much as I started my career with 9 ball and loved it, we did some career with 9 ball and loved it. We did some 8 ball. 8 ball's fine. Not so much of a fan. I adored the 10 ball. I don't know what it was about it, but the actual game of 10 ball, I adored it.
Right.
And so that's the other thing for me with this. It's exciting because it's not just going to work doing what I love.
Well, yeah, that's the same. Both of us there, working with Paul, full stop. It is the game that we both love, so there is a certain amount of enjoyment there at all time. Long hours, but certain amount of definite enjoyment out of it. So yeah, it's good of you.
Yeah, it's all about job satisfaction,
yes.
really, isn't it?
Yeah.
And there's certain jobs that you do that you go to work to get paid for, and there's certain jobs that you would do even if you weren't getting paid. And I'm in a really, really fortunate position that I'm in the latter.
Yeah. Okay, right. So, well, I think you've just about answered the question I'm going to ask you now. But before, you seem to be strong, no nonsense type of person. But do you still get nerves before matches?
There's some I do. Not so often nowadays. If I'm probably a little bit sort of longer in the tooth. But I definitely always used to get nervous in the first few days at the Crucible when we were reffing the World Championship in Sheffield. I don't know what it was. It was just something about that actual theatre. It's not even the event. It's the theatre itself creates that atmosphere that lends itself to those butterflies and that are going around. It's really strange, and I'm not the only ref that's ever felt that.
No.
On the whole, I don't a little bit of butterflies, a little bit of excitement or whatever, but on the whole, not. More so in a final because you're always aware that it means so much, obviously. And from my point of view, you don't want to make a mistake. You don't want anything to come down to any decision or judgment that I've made. So a little bit in a final judgment that I've made. So a little bit in a final, but on the whole, not so much. I'm quite comfortable with how I feel I can handle it. I don't know what it is about the Crucible and the World Championships. It's really, really strange.
Well, I suppose it's like, when you first become a player, but mainly snooker player, you would eventually want to play at the Crucible, like you would a footballer at Wembley, or tennis, you wanted to play at Wimbledon. It's that one theatre per sport, isn't it? And I think Crucible, that is the venue, really.
Yeah. And even the players say there is no other like it.
No.
There's been talk over the years about will it move away or whatever. In my opinion, if that moved away from that particular theatre, it wouldn't be the same.
No.
There's, you could go to any other event, anywhere else in the world, and it does not have the same atmosphere. You can literally cut it with a knife, and it's not just us as refs, it's the players, it's the whole buzz. And I've been in Sheffield working at events, and it's not been the World Championship, and it has got a completely different feeling.
Yeah.
It is only of those 3 weeks that event is on that has that kind of no, you can't. It's hard to put into words. The atmosphere or the
You get
whatever.
that feeling just watching it on television. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
the atmosphere seems to come through there and then. I mean, it's how I first started watching snooker when I was a young lad. You know, in the late 70s. It's fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
It's just bizarre. It is bizarre, and it'll be lost if it ever does move.
Yeah, it would be a shame.
Yeah.
It would be a shame.
Yeah.
I mean, we played regards pool at the Blackball Tower ballrooms in the late 80s in the Rapto finals there before they moved, and that I think, you know, that was absolutely amazing. And then when they moved, it didn't seem quite the same. You know,
I can understand that.
Yeah, because you walk out into that arena, and people kept saying to us, "Don't look up." You know, and the ballroom itself, I mean, you've got the 3 tiers and you've got the ceiling in there, you know, and it was absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
It's beautiful. Yeah, I actually played in the Batcove twice and did terribly, absolutely awful. And I don't know what it was about it. It didn't suit me. Now, whether it was the atmosphere or whatever, I don't know. But
No.
I remember being there. It's beautiful, beautiful.
Yes.
Hall, that.
Yeah, it was. Right, moving on. Less about me. Have you any bad habits, Michaela? Come on.
What, you talking work-wise? Pool and snooker here?
Well, whatever bad habits you want to.
I don't know. I don't know as much about bad habits. I mean, I'm sure Ross will tell you differently. I have got a habit though when I'm reffing, and I mean they all kind of laugh about it. Even it doesn't seem to matter what game I'm doing. I got myself into the routine, let's call it, of whenever I was going out to a match, I had to have a can of I'm not going to call it by its name. Let's just say it's an energy drink.
Oh, right, yeah.
I had to have a can of energy drink. It was like the key that I needed to turn to switch my cell phone. It also helps if you're on a particular long match anyway. But and it got to the point where I didn't want to have the full sugar version all the time because I didn't necessarily need it, but I'd become that much of a habit. I had to do it, otherwise I didn't feel prepared. So then I'd go for the sugar-free version. And I do that. It doesn't matter if it's 9-ball or 10, if it's 9-ball or 10-ball or snooker. In fact, the last pool match I did, because I reffed a money match there, and I had 2 as well. It's just inbuilt. I've got to do it. It doesn't feel as if I'm dressed properly if I don't have my kind of.
Well, I think everybody, every sportsman, professional sport, the sort of things they deem to do, like putting on the left sock first before they play football and things like that.
Yeah.
You know, that sort of thing. So, yeah, it's not really a bad habit, is it? Really? So it's not too bad.
No. I'll keep the personal bad habits away.
I'll ask Ross later. Right. Now we can put this as either snooker or pool. Who is your favourite player? And you can't say Ross.
Oh God, I don't like repping him. Too much pressure.
Yeah.
In fact, to be fair, it'd probably be harder on him in the years gone by than I would on others because obviously being a rep, you know, you're supposed to be unbiased and
so you go the opposite.
Exactly. And in fact, latterly, in the last few years, if he was in an event and I was a rep, we always made sure the other rep had him. It just made things cleaner and easier.
Yeah.
Reffing wise, I've got loads of people I love reffing. I've probably got so many people I'm not so keen on reffing for one reason or another. For instance, I was never a lover professionally of reffing Stephen Hendry. I think I was just in awe of him. So I kind of never settled. No, that's not true. It's not that I never settled. he just wasn't necessarily somebody that I would be like, oh, I'm repping Stephen today. I'd be like, oh, I'm repping Stephen today.
Yeah.
So there are different people, different things that they would kind of bring to the table. Like Ronnie, for instance, you could look at him and go, oh, his game's generally fast. Yes, they are, but he's also not as easy to rep left-handed or right-handed. So you're never settled that you're standing in the right position.
No,
He
that's
can
right.
switch his hands, then all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, right now he's leaning over that ball when he wasn't previously. So there's so many things to contend with. But do you know what? If I'm being honest, in a match, and I don't care if it's a first to 7, or don't care if it's a first to 7, or 3, or 27, or whatever, whoever wins that first frame or rack, I'm in love with them at that point. It's
Yeah.
just like, let's get on, get to the end of the match. I don't get paid by the hour. So if I'm in a final and it's 10-9 or it's 10-0, I'll go for 10-0. I've got really not got any,
No.
do you want to be in a 9-0 clincher? When you get to a 9-0 clincher, it brings a certain amount of atmosphere, and the hairs can stand up on the back of your neck. But you've obviously been through another 9 frames that you wouldn't have had to if it had been 10-0. So
Yes, right.
it is what it is.
But like you say, it is a concentration wise, it is a mental thing as well, and you will get tired. So trying to keep that amount of concentration, especially in say a 10 all or 9 all, would say hill to hill sort of thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and that's when you need it. That's when you
that's
need it
when
most, when you get down to the final frame or two.
Yeah, that's when it all counts, isn't it? So
absolutely.
yeah. Okay.